True, false, not given, and you know these things already. Okay, here what you need to do, when true, false, not given comes in section 1, or even if it comes in section 2 or 3, the questions and the passage, they are in same order. This is the passage, the questions and passage, they are in the same order. In the beginning you will find the answer of question number 7, then you read on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Remember one thing, in general training reading, in section 1 and 2, questions and passage, they are almost in the same order most of the time. So let's read the question. In true, false, not given, first of all you got to read the question, and one question only. This was one of the first UK. Now remember, whenever they write anything like the first, the second, the only, most of, less than, majority, minority, and all that, these things are very, very important. Because of this one word, it's going to be decided whether it is true or false or not given. So this was the first UK cities to introduce a park and ride. If this was the first UK cities to introduce park and ride scheme, then it is true. If it was the second or third or fourth UK cities, then it is false. And if they don't tell us whether it was the first, second, third, fourth cities, then it is not given. Okay, now see, this is the technique. Before you go to the passage, you need to decide about it immediately. Now let's go and we see we have 6 purpose-built park and ride sites serving the city, more than almost anywhere else in the UK. All right, it's all about UK. Now they say we have 6 purpose-built park and ride sites, right, serving the city, and then this is established for over 40 years. They provide around 5,000 parking spaces for cars. The sites are located on the main routes and all that. Now tell me, did we read anywhere about this thing, that this was one of the first UK cities? No, it's not mentioned anywhere. That's why the answer is not given. Clear? All right, now let's read the next question, number 8. The amount of congestion means traffic jam. They might use the word traffic jam or traffic or crowd of traffic. The amount of congestion in the city center has fallen. If the amount of congestion in the city center has fallen, then it is true. If the amount of congestion in the city center has increased, then it is false. And if they don't tell us whether the amount of congestion has fallen or increased, then it is not given. Clear? You need to make up your mind very, very clearly before going to the passage. Now we go to the passage together. We read until here. More than 3 million passengers a year take a bus from a park and ride site into the city, reducing congestion. Oh my God. See that? If you read the question and you understand the question well, then answer is a piece of cake for you. Reducing congestion and helping to improve the air quality. What's the question? The amount of congestion in the city center has fallen. Exactly, because they say city center and then reducing congestion. So that's why the answer is true. Okay? Yeah. Now let's go on. Now don't comment this test was easy and with you the test is easy. Do it on your own and you'll find it. Okay? Don't make me angry. Now number 9. There is a special section of the car park. Special section of the car park for heavy goods vehicles. Now you got to know about heavy good vehicles. If there is a special section in the car park for heavy good vehicles, then it is true. If there is no special section in the car park for heavy good vehicles, then it is false. And otherwise, if they don't tell anything about that, then it is not given. Now let's go on. Parking at the sites is available. Now they're talking about parking. Parking at the sites is available only for those traveling from the site on a park and ride or other scheduled bus service, and is free. Okay, now no overnight parking is permitted Heavy goods, yes, exactly. Heavy goods vehicles. Now you should be alert. The answer is in this very sentence. Remember one thing, through scanning, it should be your first target to see where the answer is going to be, the line where the answer is going to be. Heavy goods vehicles are not permitted at the park and ride site at any time. They are not even permitted. What's the question? There is a special section. Why special section? They are not even permitted, right? There is a special section of the car park for heavy goods vehicles. Now they are saying actually there is a special section, but actually there is a special section of the car park. They're saying this thing here, and there they're saying heavy goods vehicles are not permitted at the park and ride site at any time. So this is going to be false. You might be thinking it's not given. They have told about heavy good vehicles and their parking and all that. Okay, so they are not allowed in the car park. Okay, the next question is number 10. Bus drivers do not give change, so you must have the correct money for a ticket. Bus drivers do not give change means you got to give them the correct money. Correct money means if it's £1.20, then you got to pay £1.20. You should have all that for a ticket. So bus drivers do not give change, so you must have the correct money. Let's just go back and we see. It's simple to use. Just park your car and buy your bus ticket from the bus driver. Okay, be alert. Bus driver with the correct money. If it is until here, for example, you read bus driver, buy your bus ticket from bus driver with the correct money. Until here, if you come back, it's bus drivers do not give change, so you must have the correct money for a ticket, then it is true. But actually, see what have they written. They have written if possible. If possible. Now when they've written if possible, it means they can give you the change as well. So that's why bus drivers do not give change, so you must have the correct money for a ticket. This is going to be false. Got it? I mean, it's only because of this word, if possible. If this word was not there, then it was true. Okay, let's go on. Ticket prices vary depending on the time of day. Now there they might mention the time of day, morning, noon, night, afternoon, Sunday and all that. Ticket prices vary. Ticket, instead of vary, they might write reduction, low ticket prices, discounted prices and all that. Now we got to see if ticket prices vary depending on the time of the day, then it is true. If they don't vary depending on time of the day, then it's false. Otherwise it is not given. Now let's go on. An individual adult daily return purchase prior to 12:30 hours for use that day costs £2.40. If purchased after 12:30 hours, it costs £2.10. Now see, £2.40, it's more, and then after 12:30, that is what the time, it costs £2.10, £2.10. Okay, so this is the reduced one. Now what's the question? Ticket prices vary depending on the time of the day. Now this is the time of the day, 12:30, right? Now it's written prior to 12:30, this is one time, and after 12:30, that's another time. And ticket prices vary, 240 and here 210. That's why this is going to be true. Exactly. Good. Now let's go on. Number 12, children under 16. Children under 16 traveling alone. Again, it's important thing. Children under 16 traveling alone are allowed free travel. If children under 16 are traveling alone, they are allowed free travel, then it is true. If they are not allowed free travel, under 16 traveling alone, then it is false. Otherwise, it's going to be not given. So let's see. Children under 16 traveling alone are allowed free travel. So here we are. Oh yes, 16 I found here. Up to 4 children under 16 travel free with an adult. Wow, what a scheme, huh? So you can have more kids there because you don't need to pay for the bus fare. Up to 4 children under 16 travel free with an adult or concessionary pass holder. The return fare for unaccompanied children under 16 is £1.10. Now, the return fare for unaccompanied. Now, what is unaccompanied? Alone. it means without any adult. Unaccompanied means without any adult, without anyone. Children under 16 is £1.10. Now what's the question? The question is, children under 16 traveling alone are allowed free travel? No. They've mentioned here the return fare for unaccompanied children under 16 is £1.10. That's why it's going to be false. Okay, now let's go on. The space for cycles, now they're talking about bicycles. The space for cycles, motorcycles and scooters is close to the site center. Now, close to means near. For close to, they might use the word near. So if the space for cycles, motorcycles and scooters is near the site office, if it is near the site office, then it is true. If it is far from site office, then it is false. And if they don't tell us whether it is close or far, then it is not given. Now let's go on. Cycle and ride for just £1.10 a day. Just park your cycle, motorcycle or scooter in the allocated space and buy your ticket from the site office. You may be asked to provide evidence that you have traveled to the park and ride site by cycle, motorcycle or scooter. Now see, they are not mentioning anything whether it is near or far, close or whatever. So it says the space for cycles, motorcycles and scooter is close to the site office. They have not mentioned anything. They are talking about cycles, motorcycles, scooters. They are talking about site office, but they are not saying anything whether the site office is near the space for cycles, motorcycles or not. That's why it's going to be not given, or you can write NG for that as well. Next is number 14. This is the last question. People with concessionary bus passes. Now, people with concessionary bus passes must pay the full fare to travel at certain times. Now, at certain times they can write on Sundays, at the weekend, on weekdays. So people with concessionary bus passes must pay the full fare to travel at certain times. If they must pay the full fare at certain times, then it's true. If they don't need to pay the full fare at certain times, all the time they are having the concession, then it's false. Otherwise, it's not given. Now, let's move on. We read this. Return tickets for concessionary bus pass holders cost £1 after 9:30 Monday to Friday and any time at weekend or bank holiday. Bank holidays when open. Now what is that? They are saying return tickets for concessionary bus pass holders cost £1. Okay, after 9:30. Now they are telling us the time. What is here? People with concessionary bus passes must pay the full fare to travel at certain times. Now what is that certain time? That certain time is after 9:30 Monday to Friday and any time at weekend or bank holidays. All this is actually the certain time. From here to there, that is that certain time. So that is why at other times there is no reduction for holders of concessionary bus pass. Now here you understand what the answer is. At other times there is no reduction for holders of concessionary bus pass. Even for them there is no reduction. So people with concessionary bus passes must pay the full fare to travel at certain times. And what is that certain time? At other times. So for certain times they've used the other times. Actually at other times, I was a bit misguided by this sentence, but the answer is here. So at other times there is no reduction for holders of concessionary bus passes. So this is there. That's why it's going to be true. All right.